and that have given us the quality of life we enjoy today. What if free people could live secure in the knowledge that their security did not rest upon the threat of instant U.S. retaliation to deter a Soviet attack, that we could intercept and destroy strategic ballistic missiles before they reached our own soil or that of our allies? I know this is a formidable technical task, one that may not be accomplished before the end of this century. But isn't it worth every investment necessary to free the world from the threat of nuclear war? We know it is. I call upon the scientific community in our country, those who gave us nuclear weapons, to turn their great talents now to the cause of mankind and world peace, to give us the means of rendering these nuclear weapons impotent and obsolete.
There are over 20,000 thermonuclear warheads in existence. What if they were deployed? The destructive capabilities of the United States is typified by our Ohio-class submarines. Each submarine can carry up to 24 Trident missiles. Missiles that can travel at a speed of over 13,000 miles per hour and have the ability to hit targets 7,000 miles away. Each missile is equipped with 4 to 8 thermonuclear warheads, either the W-76 warhead with a 100 kiloton yield, or the more destructive W-88 with a yield of 475 kilotons. For comparison, Little Boy, the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, had a 14 kiloton yield, and Fat Man, dropped on Nagasaki, 23 kilotons. Those were atomic bombs. Today, we are dealing with thermonuclear bombs, each being 8 to 40 times more powerful than Hiroshima. With 4 W-88s on each Trident missile, 24 missiles on each submarine, and 14 U.S. submarines carrying them, that's almost 400 warheads, each with a 475 kiloton yield. A huge destructive capability. In Russia, their intercontinental ballistic missile, the SS-27, has a range of 6,500 miles and delivers a yield of 550 kilotons. Or take Russia's SS-18, nicknamed Satan, of which there are 6 known to exist, that has a range of 10,000 miles and will deliver a single warhead with an 8,000 kiloton yield. If Satan was launched on New York City, the conflagration radius, within which all people will die within 24 hours, would be approximately 4 miles. In China, they have the DF-5A, which can be equipped with a single warhead of a 4,000 kiloton yield, or 4 to 6 independently targetable warheads with a 150 to 350 kiloton yield each. The range of this ICBM is 8,000 miles, making the west coast of the United States a very easy target. If we were to enter into a global thermonuclear conflict, in a matter of minutes, we would end civilization as we have known it. Major cities across the globe would be wiped off the map. Billions would be dead. And as Kennedy quoted, the living would envy the dead. But does this mean extinction? Besides the death and destruction on the ground, thermonuclear war has the ability to transform the climate of the Earth. Just as the explosion of a large volcano, like that of the 1815 Tambora eruption in Indonesia, that blotted out the sun and produced the year without a summer, so too can the explosions of thermonuclear weapons cause global climate change. It is estimated that an exchange of just 50 Hiroshima-sized bombs each between Pakistan and India, far less than 1% of the world's arsenal, if dropped on mega-city targets in each country, would create climate change unprecedented in recorded human history. 5 million tons of black carbon smoke would be emitted into the upper troposphere, and then, once heated by the sun, lifted even higher into the stratosphere. It is estimated that within 49 days, that smoke would spread out and blanket the entire Earth, blocking enough sunlight to create a climate like that of the Little Ice Age. If the world were to enter a global conflict, deploying 1/3 of the existing nuclear weapons arsenal, there would be so much smoke that the sun's rays would be blocked from reaching the Earth's surface, causing temperatures to drop below freezing across the entire globe for months, killing virtually all photosynthetic processes and hence the life that depends on them. While the sulfate particles released by a volcanic explosion remain airborne for about 2 years, the smoke from nuclear blasts could last a decade. On top of the death and destruction of major cities across the globe, the biosphere itself, the delicate envelope of the Earth, which has taken billions of years to develop to the point that human life could exist, would be destroyed. We are talking about the mass extinction of the human race. But this does not have to happen. As the monetarist empire crumbles, nations like Russia and China are moving away from a monetarist economy and are looking to the policies of physical wealth creation through large-scale economic development and pioneering the new frontiers of Arctic development and man's colonization of space. Russia has asked the United States to join it in the adventure of that new frontier. Not only has Russia proposed a joint program to develop the Bering Strait, but Russia has offered the principles of the 1980s SDI back to the United States in the form of the strategic defense of the Earth. So far, the United States has chosen to cling to its fantasies of Wall Street and the City of London.
Today, the United States remains our most important ally.
Instead of accepting Russia's offer for joint economic development, it plays the role of a patsy for the crumbling British Empire. As Russia and China refuse to submit to the system of empire, the British use the weapons arsenal of the United States to attempt to threaten them into submission. It is this clash between the system of empire and the fight for the human species to take control of the planet that drives us to war. If we remove Barack Obama from the White House, we remove the U.S. weapons arsenal from the control of the British and overthrow the chessboard. By removing Barack Obama, you open up the United States for serious collaboration with both Russia and China, and again unleash the pioneering spirit of America that gave the world a temple of liberty and a beacon of hope. Look at what mankind is capable of. We are a mighty geological force. Why is it that thermonuclear fusion has so far only been employed as a weapon of mass destruction? Why have we not used it as a means for propelling a manned space flight to Mars? Why have we never gone back to the moon? Why did we give up on Kennedy's dreams of the new frontier? Because when the British assassinated the Kennedy brothers, we submitted to the rules set by oligarchy. Today, we stand on the edge of a new frontier. But to achieve it, we must destroy the oligarchical principle. It is not just holding us back, it threatens to exterminate our species. It is now that we must choose to scientifically progress or die.